So, dear students, in the last class we have seen the concept of the potential. Everybody knows potential is a scalar function. From this scalar function, happily you can develop the most important vector electric field intensity using the concept of gradient. That is E is equal to minus del V. E is equal to minus del V. So, if you understand the concept of this potential, happily you can develop the most important vector electric field intensity E bar here. And now in this class, we are going to see the concept of a dipole. Dipole is nothing but the application of your potential. So before going for this derivation, let me say what is the definition of the dipole. Dipole means very simple. Two equal and opposite charges separated by some distance d, that means one is plus q and the other one is minus q, separated by some distance d is nothing but a dipole here. And then what is the necessity of studying this dipole? If you know about the dipole, happily you can understand the behavior of the dielectric materials, because if you take the dielectric material here, and it is nothing but the microscopic version of the dipoles. That means inside the dielectric materials, you are having dipoles like this. Some dipoles may be short, some dipoles may be lengthy, some dipoles may be in any direction like this. Yeah, the dielectric material is nothing but the microscopic version of the dipoles. Now I am just clearly giving the concept of your dipole here. So if you know about dipoles, you can understand the behavior of the dielectric material. Then suppose for example as an application, if you take a capacitor means two plates separated by some dielectric material like this. This plate may be having plus rho s coulomb per meter square surface charge density. It is minus rho s coulomb per meter square, separated by some distance d here. And inside you are having a dielectric material. Now already you know plus rho s and minus rho s, the concept of the capacitor. And in the last class I told you, the field outside of the plates is 0, but whereas the fields inside the plates is maximum. And that is the reason, if you understand what is the dielectric material in this class, happily you can discuss the concept of the capacitor also. So that's why if you take a dipole means two equal and opposite charges separated by some distance d, it is nothing but a dipole. Now coming for this derivation part, as usual, let us take this is the z-axis and this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. On the z-axis, I have taken two charges, one is plus q and other one is minus q, separated by the distance d here. And now I want to estimate what is the electric field intensity at the point P, which is far away from this. And as far as the definition of the dipole is concerned, remember friends, whatever the distance that is in between these two charges d is very, very small. It is very, very small between the distance between the dipole as well as the point P. The point P is nothing but observation point. Let it be this P is at a distance r1 here, and this minus q is at a distance r2 like this. From the center, it is nothing but smaller like this. This is. So if you take r1 and r2, these are the distances from plus q and minus q. It is the distance from the origin to the point of observation here. Here, the dipole definition is in such a direction that the dipole is so small because d is very, very less than the point of observation, that is nothing but the average distance r like this. Now, it is very simple friends. If you know what is the potential at this point, happily you can develop the expression for the electric field intensity. And already I told you in the last class, the potential of a point charge is given by, the potential of a point charge Vp is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R1. That means it is the potential due to the plus charge, and it is also the potential due to negative charge. For the negative charge, what you have to write? It is minus q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into the distance is r2 like this. This is. Because you know, potential is linear and it obeys the law of superposition here. So the potential at the point P is sum of the potentials of plus q and minus q. That's why Vp is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R1 minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R2. Just to simplify this, then you are going to get Vp is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Or otherwise you can write it down, Vp is equal to q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into, this is R2 minus R1 divided by R1 R2. Here I would like to give some approximations, because I would like to tell you what is exactly this R1 and R2 here. And this R1 and R2 are the distances from plus q to minus q. Here what is meant by this R2 minus R1? This is R2, and see, this point P is very far away from this dipole here. That's why the distances are almost equal to R1 and R2 is almost approximately equal. That's why you can take the approximation R1 is approximately equal to R2 is approximately equal to small r. It is nothing but the average distance like this. Then coming for this R2 minus R1, what is R2 minus R1? R2 minus R1 means this is R2 and this is R1. R2 minus R1 means this distance minus the distance. So that's why you try to take a perpendicular line here. This is the perpendicular line. This is the place. This is the one. This is R2 minus R1. So the R2 minus R1 is, it is already D. This is D. Making an angle theta with the z axis. That means its contribution is d cos theta. Then what is the difference here? R2 minus R1 is equal to, so R2 minus, here R2 and this is R1, R2 minus R1 is equal to d cos theta. So this is the path difference I can say. So R2 minus R1. Because for a faraway points, almost all, I can approximate all these distances are making an angle theta. So for example, if you are taking this R1, actually if you take the parallel lines and R is also like this, and this is nothing but R2 like this, R always parallel. So that's the reason I can take same angle of theta for this. Very simple, my dear friends. Suppose for example, if you take the moon, చంద్రుని తీసుకుందాం. ప్రతి ఒక్కరింట్లోనూ ప్రతి ఊర్లోనే ఏమంటారంటే చంద్రుడు మా ఊర్లోనే ఉన్నారు అని అనుకుంటారు. బికాస్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ దిస్ ప్లేస్ టు దట్ ప్లేస్ ఈజ్ నెగ్లిజిబుల్ కంపేర్డ్ టు ద డిస్టెన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ ఎర్త్ టు ద మూన్. ఈ డిస్టెన్స్ కంపేర్ చేస్తే ఆ డిస్టెన్స్ నెగ్లిజిబుల్ కాబట్టి చంద్రుడు అందరి ఊర్లోనూ ఉన్నట్టుంటాడు. ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ది పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ అబ్జర్వేషన్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ కిలోమీటర్స్, బట్ వేరే ద డిస్టెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ దీస్ టూ పాయింట్స్ ఈజ్ నానోమీటర్స్, చాలా చిన్నగా ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఇట్ కెన్ బి నెగ్లెక్టెడ్. సో ద డిస్టెన్స్ maximum difference you can expect R2 minus R1 is equal to d cos theta. Frankly speaking, if you take the average distance, it is almost equal to R here. So that's why now my potential becomes Vp is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R2 minus R1 by R1 R2. Now I would like to substitute in the place of R2 minus R1 d cos theta. R1 is approximately equal to R2. So that's why R1 into R2 becomes R into R. It is nothing but R square. P is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught into, what is R2 minus R1? d cos theta, qd cos theta divided by, I am taking approximation R1 is equal to R2. That's why it is nothing but R square. This is the potential of a dipole at the point P. Have you observed one thing here? What is the potential of a point charge? Potential of a point charge is q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R1. That means in the last class you have seen V is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. This is nothing but the potential of a point charge. So if you take the potential of a point charge, it is inversely proportional to distance. Okay. And here for a dipole, the potential is inversely proportional to R square, because two equal and opposite charges becomes a dipole. Dipole అంటే రెండు పాయింట్ చార్జెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఒక పాయింట్ చార్జ్కి ఇన్వర్స్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు డిస్టెన్స్, రెండో పాయింట్ చార్జ్కి ఇన్వర్స్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు డిస్టెన్స్ స్క్వేర్. Okay, whatever it may be, we will summarize at the end. Now from this potential, because I already told you, if you know the potential, you can calculate the electric field intensity very well, because you know the relation E is equal to minus del V. So E bar is equal to minus del V. This is nothing but the equation we require. But remember friends, if you take this point P and there are three coordinate systems, Cartesian, cylindrical and spherical. But if you take this point P, it is defined in spherical coordinate system. That is nothing but r, theta and phi. This is. But whereas I am taking in cylindrical coordinate system, this phi is equal to 90 degrees plane. That means if you are taking this, so for example, if you are taking this, this is nothing but your x-axis. This is your x-axis. ఇలా ఉంటుంది x-axis. Okay, this is x-axis. This is y-axis. So this y-axis is nothing but your plane now. This is nothing but phi. In cylindrical coordinate system, in the coordinate system already I told you, this is the angle phi. This angle phi is equal to here 90 degrees. That means on this plane I am drawing this figure. ఈ plane మీద, in 90 degrees plane. That is the reason I am telling you phi is equal to here. I can say 90 degrees. Phi is equal to 90 degrees plane. And as well, R is nothing but the distance from origin to this. Origin means the dipole origin to the point P here. And that's why E bar is equal to minus del V. You have to use the formula spherical coordinate system. In spherical only you can do this. What is the formula? Already you know, in gradient. E bar is equal to, I can say, minus, so dou V by dou R into AR plus 1 by R into dou V by dou theta into A theta plus 1 by R sin theta into dou V by dou phi into A phi. This is the formula for your del V. It is already known to you. Just you substitute this potential V in this place V, then you are going to calculate, and definitely you see, if you observe this formula, potential is varying with R. So this component will be here. Potential is varying with theta. This will be there. But whereas potential is independent of phi, phi అనేది లేదు. That is the reason derivative of a constant is 0. That's why the third term is absent here. So you can say E bar is equal to minus dou V by dou R, means dou by dou R of V. What is V here? QD cos theta. QD cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square into AR plus 1 by R dou V by dou theta, means dou by dou theta of, what is V once again here? V QD cos theta by QD cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square. This is into, I can say, A theta. Third term is absent. Now this electric field intensity you can be simplified as E bar is equal to minus of dou by dou R of QD cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square, means 1 by R square derivative is minus 2 by R cube. So that's why you can say that QD cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught into R cube into minus 2. Actually it is minus 2 by R cube. So R cube is here. So 2 and 2 will be cancelled. This is 2 times. In which direction it is? AR plus. And dou by dou theta of this thing is QD by 4 pi epsilon naught R square and into 1 by R. So it is also QD cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught into R cube into, see, QD derivative of cos theta is nothing but minus sin theta. This is minus sin theta into a theta. So this is the expression. Just after simplification, you can say E bar is equal to QD by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube. I am taking it as a common, then it will becomes 2 cos theta AR plus sin theta A theta. So into volt per meter. This is nothing but the electric field intensity. You see how simple we got this electric field intensity if you know the potential V here, because Vp is equal to Qd cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square. But whereas the electric field intensity is inversely proportional to cube of the distance here. In the mundaite, for a point charge, electric field intensity E bar is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square in AR direction for a point charge. So for a point charge it is inversely proportional to square of the distance. But whereas for a dipole, the electric field intensity is inversely proportional to cube of the distance. This is the most important derivation for the case of the dipole. Everybody has to understand, because in your university examinations, this derivation is very, very essential. But just by seeing these steps, I think there is no need to by heart. Happily, you can do the derivation. Just you have to start your derivation using the concept of the potential of a point charge. Once you know the potential of the point charge, then you know for a dipole there are 2 point charges. One is plus Q, other one is minus Q. So you are writing for a plus Q and a minus Q. So that's why you can say that this is Vp is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon into R1 due to R1 minus Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R2. So after simplification, you got the potential Vp is equal to Qd cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square. Once the potential is known to you, as the point is defined in spherical coordinate system, and you have to use E is equal to minus del V. So once you apply all this mathematics, you got the electric field intensity expression E bar is equal to this much. So after knowing all these parameters, now let me tell one more important parameter of the dipole, that is nothing but dipole moment. So what is dipole moment and what exactly the concept is? If you want to understand this, then you have to define the dipole moment here. So dipole moment is represented by the letter small p, which is a vector. It is also a vector. Dipole moment. But how to define this dipole moment? Dipole moment is very simple, friends. If you take a dipole, one is plus charge plus Q, the other one is minus Q, separated by some distance d like this. This is nothing but a dipole. Just now I told you this is. Dipole moment P bar is defined as the product of one of the charge and the distance between the charges. Therefore, your P bar is equal to, small p bar is equal to something like Q into d bar. This is nothing but the definition of the dipole. Once you know the definition of the dipole moment, then what is its unit? Unit is very simple. P bar is equal to Q into d bar. Q is in coulombs, d is nothing but in meters. That's why this is coulomb meters. It is the unit of dipole moment. If you take a dipole, it is 2 equal and opposite charges. So if you take 2 dipoles, it becomes quadrupole. If you take 2 quadrupoles, it becomes octopole, because generally they are going to ask you the bits from these different types of charges here. So I would like to give a small table. Logically we can write all these things now, and there is no need to derive also. Now listen, type of charge. Okay. Then second one is, for these charges, I want like to tell you what is the potential expression, what is the electric field intensity expression here. So the very first one is, I can say, point charge, because we started the discussion with a point charge. Potential is for a point charge, V is equal to, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. That means it is inversely proportional to distance for single charge. So I can write down here inversely proportional to R, this potential. But whereas for electric field intensity for a point charge, just now I have written Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square into AR, means it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That's why I can write down inversely proportional to square of the distance like this. So now 2 point charges becomes a dipole, just now we have seen. So for a dipole means 2 point charges separated by distance. It is inversely proportional to, and you see the potential is inversely proportional to R square. So 1 by R square. It is inversely proportional to electric field intensity R cube. This is 1 by R cube. Now 2 dipoles become quadrupole. So quadrupole, and quadrupole means 2 dipoles, and which is asked bit in your GATE exam. For a potential 1 more power you raise, proportional to 1 by R cube, and here proportional to 1 by R to the power of 4. Now 2 quadrupoles becomes octopole. So you can say this is octopole here, octopole. For an octopole, what to do? It is inversely proportional to, come on, logically write down R to the power of 4, and here proportional to 1 by R to the power of 5 like this. So remember friends, just from a point charge, we developed so many configurations here. 2 point charges become dipole, 2 dipoles become quadrupole, 2 quadrupoles becomes octopole. So please try to remember this table for your online and as well as for your competitive examinations. This is the way of writing logically. What is this potential and what for different types of charges. So once you know this, now we would like to discuss what exactly the polarization. And already you know about the dipole moment. Dipole moment means very simple. Dipole moment is represented by the letter small p, and which is defined as the product of the one of the charge and the distance between the charges. And it is also a vector whose unit is Coulomb meter. Now once you know this dipole moment, then I would like to define what is polarization. So listen carefully friends for polarization. Suppose if you take this class may be having a strength of 180 members. Each and every student is considered to be a dipole. What is dipole? Dipole means two equal and opposite charges separated by some distance. So this is a positive charge and this is the negative charge. My height is nothing but the distance between the two charges. Like that everybody is having. So each and every person is having a dipole moment. Why? Because dipole moment is how to define product of the one of the charge and the distance between the charges, Q into D. So each and every student is having a dipole moment. అందరికీ కూడా ఒక్కొక్కరికి డైపోల్ మూమెంట్ ఉంటుంది. సో మై క్లాస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎ డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ మెటీరియల్ వేర్ ఐ కెన్ సీ డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ డైపోల్స్. ఈ ఉన్నటువంటి డైపోల్స్ అన్నిటిలో కొంతమంది షార్ట్గా ఉంటారు, కొంతమంది హైట్గా ఉంటారు. ఇది డిస్టెన్స్ని బట్టి ఉంటుంది, హైట్ని బట్టి ఉంటుంది. సో షార్ట్ డైపోల్స్, లెంతీ డైపోల్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఉంటుంటాయి. ఈ డైపోల్స్ అన్నిటినీ కూడా ఒక పర్టికులర్ దాంట్లో అలైన్ చేయడాన్ని ఇండైరెక్ట్లీ పోలరైజేషన్ అంటారు. వెరీ సింపుల్. క్లాస్లో టీచర్ లేనప్పుడు ఆల్ డైపోల్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్ డిఫరెంట్ డైరెక్షన్స్. కొంతమంది ఇలా పడుకుంటారు, కొంతమంది బెంచ్ మీద ఉంటారు, కొంతమంది అటు తిరుగుతారు, ఇటు తిరుగుతారు, అన్నీ కూడా మిస్ అలైన్మెంట్లో ఉంటాయి. బట్ యాజ్ సూన్ యాజ్ ద లెక్చరర్ ఈజ్ కమింగ్ టు ది క్లాస్, ఇమీడియట్లీ ఆల్ ద డైపోల్స్ విల్ బి అలైన్మెంట్ లైక్ దిస్. మీన్స్ దే ఆర్ రెడీ టు టేక్ ద ఎనర్జీ లైక్ దిస్. సో all are actually concentrating towards this lecture. The concentration in a particular direction is nothing but the polarization. Polarization మన యాంటీనాస్లో కూడా ఫీచర్లో polarization of an antenna means very simple. Antenna is always focused in a particular direction. That means it is tuned in the direction of maximum electric field intensity. Now if you take this class, I am a lecturer, I am teaching to you, everybody is actually seeing towards me. That is nothing but they are actually polarized to my class. So listen carefully how to define this polarization. Polarization is represented by the letter. Polarization is represented by the letter capital P. This is represented by the letter capital P. It is also a vector. This is. Polarization is defined as dipole moment per unit value. So the definition is very simple. Polarization is nothing but the dipole moment per unit value. Per unit value, what is the dipole moment? Just now we have seen what is the dipole moment here. Already you know small p bar is equal to q into d bar is nothing but your dipole moment. So the unit is coulomb into meter. But dipole moment per unit value means very simple. Coulomb meter by value means meter cube. That means it will be cancelled. Therefore, the unit of p bar is in coulomb per meter square. This is the unit of polarization. Most important in your bits, unit of polarization is nothing but coulomb per meter square. But remember friends, if you remember exactly, one more vector is having the same unit in our electrostatics. That is nothing but electric flux density d bar. If you remember exactly, your d bar is nothing but electric flux by area. Electric flux means nothing but charge by area. That means coulomb per meter square, same unit. So d bar and p bar, you will be having the same number of same units. So that's why now if you take this polarization, I would like to define the definition dipole moment per unit value. Now let us see pictorial presentation of this. Different types of dipoles. One may be lengthy, one may be short, one may be in different directions like this. Now as soon as you are applying this electric field, that means as soon as the lecturer comes to the class, after starting applying this field apply చేయడం మొదలుపెట్టిన వెంటనే ఎటువంటి డైరెక్షన్లో ఉన్నటువంటి కూడా కంప్లీట్గా ఒక అలైన్డ్ డైరెక్షన్లోకి వస్తాయి. అలైన్డ్ డైరెక్షన్లో మీన్స్ ఇన్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ డైరెక్షన్లోకి వస్తాయి. దట్ మీన్స్ దే ఆర్ రెడీ టు టేక్ ద ఎనర్జీ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్. దే ఆర్ రెడీ టు స్టోర్ ద ఎనర్జీ ఫ్రమ్ ది క్లాస్. దట్స్ వై ఐ కెన్ సే ఇట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ద సీక్రెట్ ఆఫ్ స్టోరేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ. కెపాసిటర్లో ఎనర్జీ ఎలా స్టోర్ అవుతుంది అంటే డైఎలక్ట్రిక్ మెటీరియల్ ఉండటం వల్ల అందులో డైపోల్స్ ఉండి, అంటే మీరు అందరూ ఉండి ఒక పర్టికులర్ డైరెక్షన్లో అలైన్ అయ్యి ఇక్కడ అప్లై చేసినటువంటి ఫీల్డ్ని మీరు అర్థం చేసుకుంటున్నారు కాబట్టి యు ఆర్ స్టోరింగ్ ద ఎనర్జీ ఇన్సైడ్. దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ది డైపోల్స్. బట్ రిమెంబర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీబడి విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ డిఫరెంట్ డైపోల్ మూమెంట్స్. డైపోల్ మూమెంట్స్ డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటాయి. ఇక్కడ ఒకరికి షార్ట్ డైపోల్స్కి తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, లెంత్ డైపోల్స్కి ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. బికాజ్ డిస్టెన్స్లు, బికాజ్ పీ బార్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు క్యూ ఇంటూ డి బార్. డి లెంత్, హైట్ తక్కువ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, ఎక్కువ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. అంచేత క్లాస్లో నేను ఎప్పుడైనా క్లాస్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు లెంత్ డైపోల్స్ ఈజీగా నాకు రికగ్నైజ్ అవుతారు. షార్ట్ డైపోల్స్ తోటే డేంజర్. వాళ్ళు వెనక నుండి కనపడకోకుండా హైట్ తక్కువ ఉండటం వల్ల తొందరగా పోలరైజ్ అవ్వరు. బట్ వేరే లెంత్ డైపోల్స్ ఏం చేసినా మనకు అర్థమవుతూ ఉంటుంది. సో దట్స్ వై వాళ్ళకి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ వాళ్ళకి అప్లై చేస్తూ మనం ఉండాలి. అది విషయం. సో నౌ let us take this dielectric material, okay, where let n is the number of dipoles per unit value. Unit value n is the number of dipoles. If I am considering a small volume of this delta V, friends, మొత్తం క్లాసులో అందరూ కూర్చొని ఉంటారు, అందరూ పోలరైజ్ అయ్యారని దాన్ని ఎలా చూస్తానంటే పర్ యూనిట్ వాల్యూమ్ ఎంతమంది నా వైపు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేస్తున్నారు, దట్ ఈస్ మీన్స్ డెన్సిటీ. సో ఇఫ్ n is the number of dipoles per unit value, for delta V value, total number of dipoles is equal to n into delta V. this is n into delta V. That means the strength in the class is n into delta V. ఈ n into delta V యొక్క డైపోల్స్ యొక్క డైపోల్ మూమెంట్స్ని యాడ్ చేద్దాం ఫస్ట్. సో వాట్ ఇస్ ద డైపోల్ మూమెంట్? టోటల్ డైపోల్ మూమెంట్. Therefore total dipole moment P is equal to P total is equal to total dipole moment is equal to sigma ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడి వరకు I is equal to 1 to n delta V, because ఒకటో దగ్గర నుంచి n delta V అనే డైపోల్స్ వరకు I have to add up the dipole moments here. This is the dipole moments. So I got the total dipole moment. అందరు స్టూడెంట్స్ యొక్క డైపోల్ మూమెంట్ని యాడ్ చేశాను. బట్ వాట్ ఇస్ ద డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది పోలరైజేషన్? పోలరైజేషన్ మీన్స్ పర్ యూనిట్ వాల్యూమ్ how much is the dipole moment. This is the total dipole moment. Therefore polarization P bar is equal to limit delta V tending to 0, means smallest value I am considering, sigma I is equal to 1 into n delta V into Pi. It is the total dipole moment. Per unit value means 1 by delta V. It is nothing but the definition of polarization. It is nothing but the definition of polarization. So you can understand very clearly, polarization means very simple. Per unit volume, how many dipoles are aligned? That is, పర్ యూనిట్ వాల్యూమ్కి ఎంతమంది స్టూడెంట్స్ పర్టికులర్ డైరెక్షన్లో అట్రాక్ట్ అయ్యారు, ట్యూన్ అయ్యారు అనేది పోలరైజేషన్. సో పోలరైజేషన్ ఈజ్ డిఫైన్డ్ యాజ్ ద డైపోల్ మూమెంట్ పర్ యూనిట్ వాల్యూమ్. యాజ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ ద డైపోల్ మూమెంట్ పర్ యూనిట్ వాల్యూమ్, ఇట్స్ యూనిట్ ఈజ్ కూలుంబ్ పర్ మీటర్ స్క్వేర్. వెరీ సింపుల్. ఇన్ డైపోల్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు నో అబౌట్ టూ థింగ్స్. వన్ ఈజ్ డైపోల్ మూమెంట్, యూనిట్ ఈజ్ కూలుంబ్ మీటర్. అదర్ వన్ ఈజ్ ద పోలరైజేషన్, దట్ ఈజ్ కూలుంబ్ పర్ మీటర్ స్క్వేర్. Dipole moment is represented by a small letter P bar, and polarization will be given by capital P bar. So now once you know this dipole moment and polarization, then definitely I can write about the potential in terms of dipole moments also. Now already in our discussion, what is the potential of your dipole? Potential of the dipole is equal to V is equal to QD cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square. This is nothing but the dipole. Okay. Now, what is QD? Just now I have defined. What is QD? QD, it is nothing but the dipole moment. So, in the place of QD, I can substitute P bar dot cos theta. Cos theta will come in the dot product like AR divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square. This is nothing but the potential. Now see friends, P bar dot AR means P bar into, because A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. P dot AR is equal to P into, P means QD into QD dot AR means unit magnitude 1, డాట్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఉండేది కాస్ థీటా వస్తుంది. సో పీ బార్ ప్లేస్లో క్యూడీ, డాట్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఉంది కాస్ థీటా కాబట్టి ఐ కెన్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ లైక్ దిస్ పీ బార్ డాట్ ఏఆర్ బై 4 pi epsilon naught into r square volts. Always you have to write down the units in electromagnetics. So that's why you can see this. This is R. This is nothing but R, which is making an angle theta. What is this AR? AR means radial unit vector. This is nothing but AR. So this is the way of writing the potential in terms of dipole moment like this. This is. So very simple. What you have done is, within 1 minute I can say, dipole means two equal and opposite charges here, separated by some distance d. Already you know the knowledge of the point charge. So electric field intensity at this point మీరు calculate చేయాలంటే first potential చేయండి. That potential is nothing but the sum of these two potentials. Then once you get this potential, V is equal to QD cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. For getting this E bar, just write down E bar is equal to minus del V. As the point is in spherical coordinate system, you have to use the spherical coordinate system formula here. Then you do small derivations, you are going to get your electric field intensity. And at the last, as these two terms are very, very important, one is the dipole moment and polarization. We define dipole moment means product of the one of the charge and the distance between the two charges. Its unit is Coulomb meter. But whereas for the polarization, dipole moment per unit value, that is nothing but Coulomb per meter square. So I hope you understood the concept of dipole and the definitions of the dipole moment and polarization. It is a very, very essential to attack the problems in the area of dipoles and to answer your queries both in your university examinations as well as in your competitive and gate examinations. So thank you very much, and try to understand the concepts like this, and for every complex concept definitely I can give the natural example so that you can understand very easily without straining. So thank you very much.